Good afternoon from Oslo. These vlogs are getting more and more daunting because I just started it without any plan of frequency or what I was going to even talk about. And now I feel like I built this whole structure for myself, yet another thing that I'm like forcing myself to do. And we're going to talk about hyperfocus today. But first, I wanted to brag. I have installed said printer from yesterday's vlog. I was considering like doing a little montage of the first printed page and all of that, but I just thought I want to make this, whatever this is, as simple as possible so that I don't put the standards too high and at some point wear myself out and just stop altogether, because that is a tendency of mine. But yesterday too, I was thinking these vlogs feel very much like, have you seen Ryan Gosling in Project Hail Mary? An incredibly cute film, but I just feel like an astronaut logging my life, not knowing if anyone will ever receive it back on Earth, but it's just something to keep you sane, and like potentially it finds its way to someone who cares and loves you or wonder what happened to you. And that's just like the vibe I'm getting from these. So hyperfocus. I mentioned in my second vlog that like I would be working out like 6-7 times a week, and I wanted to address that because that's obviously a lot, and I don't recommend that as a healthy thing. So what I did, this was kind of when I started, and when I start something, I just go 100% in and just hyper focus, as they call it, or like I'm so inspired. All I'm doing is watching videos on this. I could spend hours at the gym just because it's fun and I'm excited and I like the progress and learning new skills. And then everything, my whole identity, my personality is like about this, right? And then what's also a trap is that like I'm so scared that if I stop even once with my plan, that I'll never come back. And so you kind of you're I don't know, you're forcing yourself into this trap of like all or nothing. And I have been aware that I'm this kind of person a long time, and I would have seasons of like working out a lot and then like nothing, because when I would go back to the gym after months off, the bar was set too high by myself, and the defeat and the failure feeling of coming back was like something I would just push off, because that who wants to feel like, oh yeah, no, I should never have stopped, this sucks, I feel horrible now. And so this year, 2026, I went in with the intention of scheduling they call it a deload week. So I scheduled this perfectly in time for when I knew I was traveling to the Philippines, and there would be like a week there where I would maybe be struggling with jet lag and like new routines and new place and all of these things that technically or that usually throw me off, because these fragile routines are what keeps me together. But I scheduled a deload week, and I only permitted myself to do my stretching program, where I'm not like pushing my muscles in terms of hypertrophy or growth. This was mentally a little bit hard because I would feel like, oh, I'm losing my muscles, I'm losing all my progress, and then I would just have to like talk to myself of like, this was the plan all along, your body needs this, and it's gonna be fine. One key element that I heard from someone talking about working out with, um, or like in general, working out as someone with this kind of all or nothing mentality. The goal is to make physical, like health, like fitness, whatever activity you do to keep you strong and your heart healthy and your brain healthy and all this. To not make your identity, oh, I'm someone who works out like 6-7 times a week, or I'm someone who does something per se, like in the gym or whatever. That like puts like a very high bar to maintain. But to rather say your identity is someone who always comes back. Let's say you fell off your program one day, like that's not a crisis. And your muscles do need like 2 to 4 days to recover before you can even train that muscle group again. But I really clutched onto this, and I would say like I'm just someone who will always come back. If that day was crazy and there just like was no room, or I got sick, which recently happened to me and really tested this, and just life happens, I'm someone who will always come back to pursuing like growing in strength, maintaining my physical health in some capacity. And this, I feel like, has been a major change for me because I've never sustained as long of a consistent workout plan as I've done now. I've consistently worked out since like October, November last year until now in May. And normally I would have dropped off months ago. So I don't know if this like is helpful for somebody else out there, but just it's so easy to link our identity to like our performance, but instead rather linking our identity to like a character or a character trait or a value. Like I'm someone who shows up for people, or I'm someone who is creative, but not necessarily like, oh, I am like the best in my field or anything. Like that is a really high bar to put, So this has been a change for me, and I'm excited to see how this continues. And I came back to Norway from that vacation, having like slowly gotten into working out again, and then I got sick and just like wiped out for a week. And the whole time I'm like, oh, maybe I can work out tomorrow, and like, oh, my gains. But I said, you are sick, like you actually have a fever, you cannot work out, and it's fine. You're just gonna have to lower the weight and everything when you go back and just slowly rebuild. It's fine. Like you have a long life. There's no rush. You're gonna work out till you die. Like there's no like failure here. Your lifestyle is someone who just always comes back, right? So I guess this is again about that self-acceptance, having a kind coach in here. Because it's very easy for me to do this with like patients when I work as a physio or a coach. It's so much harder for yourself to set like boundaries, to not push myself too hard, and this obviously transfers into many areas of my life, like with music, or with like my obsession with taking out plastic from our home, or this plan that I've made for myself now, where I'm like making a color color palette for myself, and that was why I actually got the printer randomly, just to like print out and see like what colors actually work with my face. I don't know if anyone else is into that, but and then I'm kind of like over it. But I guess it's more about like finding those things that are worth it enough for you to have that mantra of I will always come back to this, because these things are just so much of my DNA, and I care about this matters. And some things like don't. It's okay that it fades away, which many things in my life have. So I'm trying to navigate the space of like, what are those things that I want to fight for, to come back to maintain, and then as well as giving myself like a break when, okay, after 2-3 days of songwriting, it's like, it's too much, and then now I can't like even look at a guitar today. But it's like, you know what? Of course, I'm gonna come back to it, and it's okay to have a break. So that was my little pitch idea topic today. And I have a few meetings later, and so today I had to prioritize going to the gym first, and this whole color coding thing will just have to wait, and that's okay. So I hope this helped somebody out there. Over and